that this is a place full of victims of horrible things, right? And it's not to say that that isn't sometimes and often true, right? That's not all these people are. And it was the greatest gift of my life to be able to go over there and to be able to speak to people and to be able to see what Palestine is. And I'm sure I would feel the same way if I got to go to any of these other places we are told, or backwards countries, or whatever other fucking nonsense you're told about other parts of the world. But it was genuinely the most important experience of my life to see the West Bank and to see the occupation and to meet Palestinians. They are truly the most beautiful people I've ever met.
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine, my friend.
Free Palestine!
And the one thing I want to tell you about, because I think it places what's happening right now in context. Sometimes it's context that's missing. It's often framed that this is a religious conflict. That isn't. That is a simplification. The same way that Ireland was framed as a religious conflict, and it wasn't. Religion is used to divide and rule. Religion can mean whatever the fuck you want it to mean. I know people who attend Mass every Sunday who are completely fine with gay people in their family. And if they were dogmatic, if you were to believe that Catholicism was what, any of these popes or books say, then that would be incompatible. But religion is very personal. And when I was over there, I met Christians, Jewish folk and Muslims alike. Palestine is always at those three kind of religions. It's a pretty big place for the Abrahamic religions. And that religious justification is used. But what this is the colonisation. At first it was about the Ottomans and then the British and now Israel. And these people have never got to run their own country, and they should be able to, alongside Jewish Arabs, alongside anyone who wants to live there. I believe in no fucking borders. That's a hard sell in Palestine, by the way. I talked to the Marxists in Palestine, they were like smoking 100 snout at a time going, yeah, the idea that nation and borders aren't important doesn't really go down that well here. Neither does the idea that religion is the opiate of the masses. We have quite a tough time convincing people to come in our marching. So what I want to tell you is a place called Nilleen, and that's what this song is about. And in Nilleen there is a wall built. And it is built right in the end of arable farmland. Farmland that was in Palestinian families' hands for generations. I met those families, they showed me that wall, I walked up to it. And when they built the wall, it was very obvious what they were doing. They were giving settlers, and again, I don't mean to chuck Israelis under the bus, right? There are people in Israel who are marching against what's happening right now. There are people in Israel who are indoctrinated. But settlers, on the other hand, are fucking Europeans who decide to move over there, Australians, Americans. Today, I heard a guy in the Israeli Defence Force who had a Glasgow uni accent. It was fucking nuts. There's a guy from Newton Mearns that's heading the fucking Israeli bombing squad. If anyone ever tries to tell you this isn't about colonisation, show them that video of a guy going, hi, I'm head of the IDF, and I really think, like, you're not from fucking Israel, man. You're not from anywhere near there. You're from fucking a posh bit of Glasgow. But over there, you see that every day, in 1,000 different ways, these people are humiliated, demeaned, and otherwise oppressed in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. Their water is turned off. We're hearing about that in Gaza because it's been turned off en masse, but the reality for Palestinians that I've seen is they've all got water tanks outside their house because every now and then somebody just decides to turn off the water. I've seen this wall that was built, and I've seen the soldiers surrounding it, and I've seen murals drawn of boys as young as 12 and 11 that had been shot for protesting it by non-lethal bullets that did not live up to their name. And I went on a march with these inspiring people, and we were tear gassed because the vast majority of the people stationed over there are bored teenage soldiers who are doing national service, who can't really be arsed waiting about in the 40-degree heat, and do not view these people as worthy of their time, and so fire tear gas canisters into them. And let me tell you, tear gas is an effective crowd dispersal tool. I get why they use it, it hurts like fuck. I'm asthmatic. It was not a pleasant experience to be tear gassed. And And that's what they did when there was white people there. That's what they did when there was Europeans there who they do not want to have an international incident with. There is 75 years of this. And again, it does not excuse anything that targets civilians. It does not excuse October the 7th. But if you want lasting peace, you cannot build on a foundation of sand where at any time guys from fucking Germany and Australia can turn up to the Middle East and claim somebody's farmland where their families existed for 80, 90, 100 years. There should be peace between Jewish folk, Arabs and Christians in that region, because really, those religions are not that fucking different. But it is engineered. It is fucking engineered. And we are asked to constantly view these people as barbarians. Every one of them's got a degree. See when you can't get a job, see when you're living under an apartheid regime where all you've got is a university to go to, you get a degree, you speak multiple languages. These people speak better English than me. I've got a friend who messages me every day, sort of, and talking about this, and is the most kind and patient person that just wants peace. I follow a Palestinian who tweeted how sad they were about Matthew Perry dying while they were being bombed in Gaza. The kindness that extends from these people, it is ridiculous. If everyone had the experience that I had, you would be saying the same things as me. The most useful thing that you could do to solve this right now is to send everyone over to the West Bank, to get them to go live with a Palestinian family, to have, as I did, a Palestinian man in Hebron who was my pal's dad come up to me and talk about Scottish history because he was so excited that a Scottish person was there, and he said, "Yeah, Scotland, you're like Palestine, England is like Israel," and I was like, God, I don't want to burst your bubble, mate. You want to talk about Ireland? I could talk about Ireland for a bit. That's a more straightforward one. The point that I'm trying to make is that, yes, these are people just like anywhere else in the world, but what living under the boot does to you, what any tragedy or trauma does to you, is it gives you empathy. It gives you empathy for other people, and it gives you perspective, and it makes you want to make the world a better place. And every single person I met over there was just this unbelievably unique, amazing human being. I seen the Laddie Youth Centre where children are tear gas playing football, and they took those tear gas canisters, they hung them from the roof, and they grew fruit from them. They grew strawberries out of tear gas canisters, and if there's ever a more poetic metaphor for Palestinian resistance, I've not heard it. So this song is called Different Strokes. Send me toys and buried bones. King Suleiman says to be in the taxi by 4. They battle for starters, they pray for the martyrs. My mom wishes I'd give it a call. The walls that they're building, the calmness of children, cast as they were kicking a ball. What's it gonna take this time? What's it gonna take to change your mind when everything is cozy and fine? What's it gonna take to change your mind? My friend Saeed cover has he. We are balaclava, cause soldiers remember the face. 16 cents his cousin, 1 in 20 dozen, was ended before he had begun. And that's why I stand here, be trembling in fear, 45 degrees in the sun. What's it gonna take this time? What's it gonna take to change your mind when everything is cozy and fine? What's it gonna take to change your mind? What's it gonna take to change your mind? clothed and fed me, and then they sent us on our way. Often I wonder if under the sun there, whether they are marching to be. What's it gonna take this time? What's it gonna take to change our mind when everything is cozy and fine? What's it gonna take to change your mind? What's it gonna take to change your mind? What's it gonna take to change your mind? Right, I'm definitely talking up some